Hello everybody and welcome to another little editorial, I guess you can call it, with the MK Ninja. I'm going to start doing more of these at some point, when I get around to it. But anyway, I recently showed a friends a video on Sergeant Frog, and I showed him the dub. And I guess he's a liker of subs, since he was like, I'd rather watch the sub for this. And it got me thinking, why do people dislike the dub so much for anime? Usually it's a common thing that people like argue, like, oh, I'll rather watch the sub because the dub will suck, or oh, I want to watch this because this one is blah blah blah. And it's like, it gets me thinking, if you're from the United States or from a country that speaks English, why would you not want to hear this in your own language? Yeah, sure, it might not make sense in the grand scheme of things, since they're most likely going to be Japanese characters, but oftentimes it can work. Now, I also want to keep in mind this is completely unscripted, which might be bad, but I have an idea what I'm going to say. So, anyway, people usually they prefer the Japanese sub or the English subs over the dubs, and people still watch dubs, of course. You know, people will defend it, as I will defend it, and I'm going to go ahead and say this to anybody who is going to argue that dubs suck. I'm going to argue this back. You do realize countries speak differently, correct, right? And if you're going to watch a dub of one of our TV shows in another language, it might be completely different to what you're used to. And that's why you will think that it will suck. It's not what you're used to. It's not what you'd expect. You might watch the English subs first. And you know what? Dubs can suck. I'll admit it. English dubs can suck. But like when it comes to Funimation stuff, the voice actors they choose are oftentimes really good. They can be very emotional and stuff, and they can definitely get lost in a performance, I think. And anyway, back to what I said. We have severely different speech patterns. When country to country, you're going to get people who speak differently. We're not all going to speak like I'm speaking now. We have different ways of communicating with each other, not just language-based, but like dialect-based and how we communicate. Like in the United States, if you go up north, people will talk a bit differently than down south or to the west. Same with countries. It's going to be just like that. So, of course, it's going to be a huge difference to how people talk in America. And I'm talking like Canada, United States, Mexico, South America, all that, compared to Asia. You know, Japan, China, Korea, all that stuff. So just remember that. Like, if you're thinking, oh, I'm not liking this, I'm not feeling this, this really sucks. Remember, these voice actors are generally putting their heart and soul into this. They're doing the best they can to give another country's source material credit. They're voicing characters from another country whose culture is completely different to ours. Of course, it's gonna sound different, but I think they do a good job. I mean, by American voice actor standards, we have different standards than other countries do. And we have good voice actors. We have plenty of good voice actors. They're going to be very, very different if you compare them to other countries. They're, of course, going to be different. Sometimes you might think, oh, these guys suck compared to these guys, or these guys are better. But you know what? I don't think that we have bad voice actors. We have brilliant voice actors. We have amazing actors. Our media can be very amazing at times because people can really get lost in stuff. And it just hurts me when I see this, because people saying like, oh, these dubs will always suck, or oh, it's one thing to prefer a sub. I can understand that. You want to hear it in the way they say it. That's fine. If dubs aren't just your thing, but don't say that all dubs will suck or they're not good, because there are plenty of ones that are really, really good with plenty of great voice actors behind them. And that's really all I want to say and get across. Just be a bit more respectful to these companies who are trying to translate these foreign shows and get their voice actors to dub over them. Because they're not like they have a million voice actors. They have unlimited ones to choose from who, you know, are signed up for their company and such, or have partnerships with them or anything like that. So, well, just a few things I wanted to take away from this. One, be a bit more respectful. We're doing another country's source material. It's not going to be the same, okay? Number two, they're not going to suck. There are plenty of dubs that will suck, of course. But, and of course, if they suck, I'll probably say I would have probably enjoyed this more if I watched the sub. But don't say they all suck, because there are plenty of ones that I think are actually oftentimes better in the dub than in the sub. At least certain scenes. So one can do one scene better, one can do another scene better. One can do one character better, one can do another character better. It goes back and forth, I think. And 3, remember, these voice actors are doing the best they can. And if we compare them to another country's standards, of course they're going to be different. They might be a letdown. But that's because that country is so crazy. Japan is insane. But we love you, Japan. You're weird. But not our weird. No, you're the good kind of weird. Entertaining kind of weird. But yeah, that's why it might seem like a letdown. But it's really all you want to take from this. And I just got the idea to do it just out of the blue when I'm like talking to my friend. I'm like, hey, I have an idea for a video, and he's like, fuck you, because I just do random spontaneous videos. That's just my channel in a nutshell, basically. Like, I'm bored. Video time. And it was a crappy snap. There we go. Whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video and at least got a little bit of enlightenment out of it. Because it's nice. I think I should start doing more of these editorials a bit, because I know I was a little out of line with some of them, like the religion one. If that one ever gets noticed, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that, or a lot of respect for that, for being so ballsy, I think. And I'm gonna do more on this, whether it be on video games or on anime, or maybe even TV shows or movies and stuff. But that's really all I gotta say. So, if you like this video, oh, by the way, this is whatever. If you like this video, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check my other videos. Also, make sure to check out my supporters. All that great stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out, suckers.